Hello, my name is Diva Tyler, professional actress of television and film. And if you haven't checked out Amplified Exposure Live with Teresa B. Howell, then what are you waiting for? Let's get to it. Keep shining, let it shine like a diamond.
What's up, Facebook, Roku land, and every land out there? This is your girl, Teresa B, coming to you live and direct from the show Amplified Exposure Live. And today I have my wonderful guest, Miss Karyn White, the international amazing singer that gave us the national anthem for all women. She came on today, not just because she's beautiful, she's still touring, she's still doing great things, but she also came on the show today because she likes me. So for those of you that are out there in La La Land, TV Land, and other lands, please listen up because we got a good show coming up. Hey, Miss White, how are you?
Hey, she likes. Remember that I like.
Yes.
I say she likes. I'm doing amazing. So good to be on your show. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, thank you for coming. You know, this has been a year in the making. We tried it last year, but things was going on between both of our lives. And now we come back together. And it's right at the heat of the night for you because you just touring all over the place.
I know. God is so good. I'm so thankful and grateful to be back doing what I love to do. If you know anything about my journey, it's been a while because I left the business and I came back. And so this has been so great, this touring, that it's momentum that I have right now. So I just want to say I'm just thankful and I'm glad we were able to do it now. It's perfect time.
Perfect timing. It's God's timing. That's right.
That's right.
So tell us, how did you start singing? What got you in the business?
Oh my God. Okay. Well, first of all, she put me on the piano, and I didn't really even know how to play the piano at 5. It was that kind of church. It was like, let the Lord use you. So Jesus, keep me near the cross, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I love the Lord. Started in church, and then I did pageants. I was Miss Hal Jackson's Talented Teen, which was a big deal. That was a national pageant, and I'm having a brain freeze. I did several pageants. I started there, and I always knew that I wanted to, be in music, be a singer. I was Diana Ross, Donna Summers, Tina Turner, Shaka Khan, all mixed up in one.
Okay. So were you like me? Because I took the little towel and put it on my head and pretend like I had this long hair, walking around dancing and prancing in the house.
Oh, man. I actually had really long hair, thank God. Yeah. So I definitely, the microphone was the brush was my microphone. Mm-hmm. And I had older sisters and brothers. I was the baby. My sister was a choreographer and dancer. So that's where I picked up my choreography and dancing from. And it was just that type of house. I love the attention. I'm a Libra. I love just, being beautiful things and being around, just doing what I love to do. And so my family would let me, in between the commercial breaks, we'd be watching a TV show and I'd get up and sing. They'd be like, okay, go, sit down. But we understand. No, but then, but they really saw that not only did I want it, my focus was my superpower. Living and growing up in Los Angeles, the land of dreams, the sunshine every day, it really just makes you feel like you can be anything you want to be. My parents poured into me and believed in me. And, it was just in elementary, they called me Karyn White. I was a track star, tomboy, anything I kind of wanted. I was very competitive. So anything that I really felt like I wanted to achieve, I had a superpower, which was my focus to try to do it. So
Okay. Wow, we sound just alike.
All right, Superwoman.
We
What I'm talking about.
Yes, I am one of those determined. I don't care how many times I fall, I'm gonna get back up and get it done. So
Oh, I
yes.
love it. That's God, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Perseverance. That's overcoming. That's what life's all about. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna fall, right? But the lesson, did you get the lesson, right?
Right. Absolutely. So when was your first time going into the studio?
Oh my God. Okay, first time. Let me tell you about my girlfriend. Woo, Kim. Her name was Kim Urisa, and I learned so much from her. We were like 13 or 14. She sounded like Phyllis Hyman. She could play, she wrote her songs, and her parents were putting together a budget for her dad, a demo that they were going to, working with Motown. Motown gave them money to do a demo on her. And I really was smart enough to just shut up, listen, knew I was in the presence of greatness. I would go into the studio and just really just soak up all the knowledge. And I think that was probably my first time in the studio, was watching her. And I go home and I'm like, Mom, I want to, I know for sure this is really what I want to do. And having such an example, like I said, her being my best friend and having her have the kind of talent that she had, it was just God. And then I auditioned for a group called Legacy, which Switch, you know the group Switch, right? There'll never be la 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 la. So the drummer, I was in a group that he put together called Legacy, and I was one of the singers, 2 female singers, a gentleman, and then we had a band. And so I would go in the studio. We recorded demos and worked on music. So that was where I really started to develop my songwriting skills.
Okay. Yeah. So you go into the studio, and do you like hit it off with the microphone first try, or is it take you a while?
Oh, heck no. I got these songs that I wrote. It's like you have to, it just depends on certain people. But I had to really develop who Karyn White was, because my girlfriend sounded like Phyllis Hyman, so I love that side. But, I also, my voice was higher and it was lower. So I had to really find my style. And that's what 16 and 17 and all those years, 14, 15, you're singing Denise Williams and Shaka and, everybody's, you're trying to sign, who are you? So I wrote a song for Stephanie Mills that she penned. It's called Automatic Passion, with the late, great Robert Brookins. And that was what gave me the money to pursue my demo. So Stephanie Mills recorded the song, and then I put together, a band and put together music for trying to get a demo tape. So that's when I was just graduated high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then in 1988, the songs of all songs, Superwoman appears.
But we can't just get to Superwoman. We had my first #1 gold record, which was "And I Love the Way You Love Me When I Think About Your Loving and I Gotta Be." That was a big record for me, my gold record. And we did that with the great L.A. Reid and Babyface. And it was an amazing time in Los Angeles. So we did that. Then we put out Love Saw It, a #1 record. Then we went to the 3rd #1 in a row. So I have an award for the first female artist from her debut album to have 3 #1s in a row. So that's a big deal. So that wasn't even Superwoman was a part of that. So yeah, and I'm taking my flowers, because back then I didn't really, how when you're young and you just think it's just supposed to happen. And now I'm like, oh shoot, that was a big deal. You know what I mean?
Huge deal.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a trip. It's a trip how we are when in our youth, right? We just think everything is just, I'm supposed to just be great. And, oh yeah, it's going to go #1, and not knowing, that girlfriend I was talking to you about, Phyllis, the one who sounded like Phyllis, she never was able to get a recording contract. So, and I just really want to make sure that I let you know how thankful I am, and I just, I really know how hard it is to do.
Yeah, especially in this age with the digital world,
Oh
music is
yeah.
so different and it's so hard to get it to a certain plateau.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, to be that great in such a short span of time, like that was really a big deal, especially as a solo artist. So kudos to you, and we will never forget that.
Oh, thank you. Look, look. I ain't gonna let you know. Just kidding. No, I'm grateful and thankful. And Superwoman, let's talk about that song because that I was so young, singing such a big song. What did I
Mhm.
know about being a superwoman? I hadn't lived enough life. I hadn't gone through, the just the having to fall down and get back up and persevere and relationships and career and that's really what a superwoman is. It's just all of these things that make her. So I just really used my mother as my substitution when I sang that song. And I remember being in the studio with LA Reid, sang. I'm like, okay, I had to like really put myself into my mother's, being a single mom. After a while her and my dad broke up, and just how incredible she was. She poured into me. She made me feel like I could be or do anything. And I'm so thankful I had such a mother. So when I sang that song, it came from that perspective. And I had no idea that it would wind up being an evergreen, what we call just an anthem all over the world for women and still today, so I'm just thankful again.
Yeah. So I can remember 19, I'm telling my age when I tell you this now.
Oh, girl,
Okay.
come on now. Come on now.
Come on now. So 1988, I was
Mm-hmm.
in the 11th grade.
Oh, girl, look, hey, look, I'm the one that's like I'm 57. You was in the 11th in 1988. I
Yes,
was,
ma'am.
yeah.
So in the
Yeah, that
11th
was when
grade.
it came out. So I was about 21, 21.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or 22.
So I sung. I was a singer. So I came from the church as well.
Oh, good.
I had the opportunity of doing Maurice Starr had called me and he was trying to do his first girls group and only two of us showed up. So anyway,
Uh-huh.
we didn't make it anywhere. But when that song came out, Superwoman, I was doing
Mhm.
talent shows around Boston and I actually sung that song as one of my songs in a talent show.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so
Yes,
this
good
is
old
so
Boston.
surreal. Yeah, this is so surreal to actually see you here with
Wow.
me when I was there in 1988 singing that song when it first came out.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you won.
No,
Okay,
I came in second place though. I came in second place.
that's good. Okay, you placed. We good. We
Yeah,
good.
I placed, but see, it was this little boy. He was cute. He about 5'6", coming up there singing. Everybody was like, ooh, 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 because he was little. So
Oh, okay. I got. Oh, he hit him with the young Michael Jackson, huh?
exactly.
Look, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So what year was it? You now it's 1988 and you're moving around with the song and you're number one here, there, and everywhere.
Mhm.
What do you do next? What do you do after you hit the top?
Well, I mean, of course, the beautiful part about that time, I'm going to say this is an era because there's different eras in music. That was the video era. It was the pop era. Whitney Houston, Michael, Prince, Janet, Jody, very all records were very, Shaka, very, Pointer Sisters, Patty even researched. What's my girl? My favorite, Tina Turner. So that was such a great era if you were an entertainer and a video artist, which was they were signing these type of artists, and I'm thankful because that's what was my strength. And so when you had Whitney selling 10 million, Janet selling 5, so there was definitely a bar that was I was striving to get to, and we were on our way. I toured with Bobby Brown for 2 years, and that was an electrifying show. Bobby was at the height of his career, was the biggest tour of the year. I had learned so much and grown. And then internationally, I had a big fan base as well in London and in the Asian, and not Asian, but Japan and all of those other places like that overseas. So, yeah, so once I toured, then I had a manager who, I want to tell you about my manager, who was the incredible Larkin Arnold. He used to be the president of Sony Records. So he wound up, becoming a manager. He was also an attorney. He wound up, stepping down. He had signed Luther, Natalie Cole, Sade, Michael. So he was, just the man at the time. And so I was very thankful to have him. And I got married after my first album and my hiatus. I think I took like 2 years off, went to Minnesota to meet with Prince, and we were going to work on my second album. And then Jimmy and Terry, I wound up meeting Terry, and we wound up, hitting it off. And then I wind up moving to Minnesota. And then, so my life was very different. I lived in Los Angeles my whole life, worked with the greatest production teams. And I should have worked with Jimmy and Terry, with LA and Face on the second album, but we didn't. And, they had their little Face records at that time. So I wound up working with Jimmy and Terry, and they inherited me. And I was learned so much from, working with Jimmy and Terry, and especially being married to him at the time. And, I was a different side of me. I became a, more businesswoman, had a child, Ashley, who's actually going to be getting married May 20th. So shout out to Ashley Nicole. Yeah, she's 30 years old. So yeah, so that's what I was doing on my second album, and released. Then we released Romantic and Ritual of Love, which was the album from my second album.
Okay. And so now here comes motherhood and being you were actually being that superwoman.
Yeah, I was actually being a girl. I was actually being it. Let me tell you, I also adopted my niece's son because, his name was Lewis too, and Terry, I just took to him, and, when he was a baby, and so not many people know that. So we were raising him in Minnesota, as well as I had 2 other stepchildren, Chloe and Trey. So I was really a superwoman at the time because I was still young. I was like 23 or 24, with
wow.
4 kids, right? So it was cool though.
And so you decided to step out of the spotlight because of motherhood, or were you just tired, or what made you step away for a little bit?
No, it wasn't because of motherhood. I definitely had the help, but it is tough when you have 2 parents that are in the business. And I did want Ashley to, as well as the other kids, I wanted to be there more. So I found that I stopped touring and stuff, which was not good. Now that I look back on it, especially nowadays, because that's where the money is for an artist. And
right.
So I remember turning down these shows and stuff. And, it was just a different time. The producers were the stars back then. They made all the money.
Right.
And so my marriage wound up not working out, and my mother was passing, and it was just a tough time. And I felt like I was going to step away for a little bit. I was like, I know I have the superpower to, if I want to do something, I can do it. But I was finding that I wasn't doing it all well. I wasn't being a great mom, entertainer, wife. So I just needed to step back. And that's what I did. And then I looked up, and the years had gone by. I was like, oh my God, but the deal I made with my daughter was, I told her, that I wanted to, just stay at home a little bit with her, especially after the divorce. I really just wanted to be there for her more. We had moved to California. So then I met this woman who was an interior designer, and she flipped homes. And I bought her home. It was beautiful. It was just everything down. When you moved in, it was like you walked into just a well-traveled home, and it was just gorgeous. And, down to the antique books, to the, the contemporary. It was just a great mix of an eclectic, beautiful home. So I said, wow, this is awesome. So she said, I'm buying the house across the street from you after I sell you this one. So I was like, huh? So she showed me, we kind of became friends. She taught me how to buy homes and distressed homes and these areas that are, great areas. I can't think of the word. Distressed homes in the high-end areas. And then I would go in, make them beautiful. We would live there for 2 years. It was very lucrative. And then we'd move down the street and around the corner. And that's what I was doing. I was able to still, be there with my daughter, and I had a lot of fun. And I realized that the Libra part of me, I just wanted to be around beautiful things. It didn't really have to be me being an entertainer, but it was me just being creative. So even though I missed singing, trust me, I did miss it. I think I suppressed that just because there was a lot of hurt behind it too. So it was kind of like, anyway, so there was just that duo of me going back and forth, but I wound up, looking up, and time had moved by, and it was like, 16 years. 16 years away out of the business, right?
Right. And then you decided, you woke up one day and said, I'm going to make a comeback. I'm going to be Superwoman.
No, I didn't, girl. look. They had to kick me and be like, okay, I was actually getting into reality TV. So I'd go into these meetings. I was me, I can't sit still. You know how we are. We go do something, right?
Yes.
My daughter was just graduating college, going to Howard. I'm like, okay. So I'm meeting with these producers in Los Angeles and looking at doing reality TV. And they were like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm here with my client, because I was managing too at the time, and a rapper, and he's from a famous family. And so they would just always ask me, and they wanted me to be in the show, and I was just running from it. It's so crazy. Then I was inspired by a little blog talk radio show. And I'm going to talk about the power of the internet. We also know the internet is wicked, but there's also jewels on the internet. Yes. And I was listening to a show by the amazing Jay King. He is the founder of Club Nouveau. And he had a show called The Music Business. And he was just talking about, living your best life, and, what fear looked like, and, just things that it really hit me spiritually, that what I was fearful to get back in. It wasn't that, because I kept making excuses, and it's like, it was something I was suppressing, and I called in and we just had a really great conversation, and it was like, it's so crazy how you could stop believing in yourself. Yeah. Because when I was young, Karyn White, you couldn't tell me nothing. My faith was here, everything. I was like, how did I get it and then become fearful and lose, all this, what is it called? Just faith that I once had, It's so crazy how womanhood and stuff can do that, right? You can just yourself. And I'm like, you the Superwoman. You the Superwoman. Look in the mirror, right? You can do it.
Right.
So yeah, it was just God's timing, because I believe, like Jonah, he how he didn't want to, he kept running from God. I think I was running from it, but I know that I'm ready now, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And when I get on stage, it's not even about me. It's like a message, a ministry, a movement of just women. I really do have such a love and awe for women, and it's evident when I'm on stage, because I tell them how powerful they are, and I tell them a little bit of my story, and people they're shocked, because they think you were self-doubting yourself, you were insecure, you went through all that. Yes. So it really shows that we all can whatever that is. For me, it was spiritual, just hearing that word, having people pray for me. And then also just realizing, that I took a lot for granted with my youth. It was like, wow, things kind of happened for me fast. And it just, maybe that's, how some people say it's better to be slow and steady. So because you can, you can take it for granted. It's like, it was really that, it was like magic for me. It was like, okay, sign this person, sign to the best label, Warner Brothers, with Benny Medina, with Larkin Otter, on the biggest tour, Bobby Brown, #1 producers. Then the next married a producer. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I think I took a lot of it for granted. And And now I'm just, you know, I take nothing for granted. And whether I tell people when I'm on stage, it doesn't matter whether I'm in front of, you know, thousands or 100 or 50 people. I mean, I give my all, and it's really such a love. And people can feel that. They feel my energy. They always say, it's your energy. Like, where do you get it from? And it's just the, you know, I just said, I'm just grateful and thankful to do this. I get to do this every day. You know what I mean? I get to do this. And I love doing what I was doing the interior design. And, you know, I also had to learn about business and, you know, financial literacy with real estate and all these things. But I'm like, I'm so glad. I'm like, I don't want to think about all that tax stuff right now. You know what I mean? LLCs, did I do this, that? I'm like, okay, get me on stage, please. you know what I'm saying? But we know we have to be it all. But I'm glad I was able to be a businesswoman too, because I only had a 12th grade education. And I got to see, it was like Dorothy, Karyn, it's really whatever you were going to do, you had it in you. And it was really, I'm going to say my parents especially, you were going to do it because, like I said, I had that focus. I know how to like really just jet out everybody and it's like, okay, I got to get to this goal.
Right.
And I realized that, you know, and so I just try to use that again. And I'm going to say a thing or two. I also have a foundation, the Karyn White Foundation, and I started in 2019, and I'm looking forward to having the Superwoman pageant. So that's going to be coming soon, where we talk, you know, I want these kids, these young girls, these teenagers from 13 to 17, and I just want to be able to love on them and just all the things that help me to become the woman that I am. I feel like that's needed right now, especially with our youth.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Thank
congratulations on starting that foundation. Now, when you get a foundation for the women 50 and up, give me a call, okay?
I have that too, though. I do, because right now, I'm going to do my pageant, but right now, what I did was, and during COVID, I gave away grants. So let me tell you guys, go to the KarynWhiteFoundation.com. And if you are an entrepreneur, you don't even have to be over 50, but just entrepreneur, period. I'm give away grants annually.
Okay.
To, you know, companies and I just want that. It started there. You know, I had to start somewhere during COVID. And then, so now I told my publicist, I'm like, we got to grow this thing, you know, to where we are, you know, doing pageants and and just helping with financial literacy, having these events, you know, of all these great women there that are teaching all of us, not even just the youth, because a lot of women, you know, we all need, you know, you always can grow and learn, right?
Right. Well, I am so honored to know you. So I heard you were in Atlanta recently and you had this concert, and I saw a couple of the clips going around the internet. And I'm here in Atlanta, so I'm trying to figure out, first of all, how did I miss that show? But it was one of the clips, you were like kicking and jumping around stage, and like, and for me to hear what your real age is, like, I'm like, how in the world did she hold down that show for over an hour with all that jumping and moving around?
Girl, look, that's because I took 18 years off, right? Look, this girl got a lot of, no, it's my calling. No, and it's the energy. It's so crazy. I try to take good care of myself, and trust me, you know, you definitely got to be eating right and getting your sleep. And I tell everybody, I got to take a B12 shot, y'all. But I've always been that way. If you go watch any of my videos or performances back, I mean, I was just, wow. You know, I love Prince, Tina, Michael, James Brown. So people forget that. They remember Superwoman, but when they see me, they go, oh my God, I forgot. She's a dancer. She's an entertainer. So it's really like, and Tina Turner, come on now. And if Tina could, come on now. We got Tina Turner doing it at, you know, I know when she was kicking at 70 and 75.
Yeah.
She ain't doing nothing, girl.
Yeah, but it's amazing, because when I looked at the clip, I was so mad that I missed the show, first off, but then to see all the energy, it's very encouraging to see someone in the business. Like, it's like you never left, you know, You know, when we see you like that, it's like, wow, she has all this energy. So I will be getting a B12 shot really soon.
Oh yes. Look, I'm gonna have B12 shots sponsors at the concert, right?
Exactly.
Look, and let me tell you, these shoes, I'm gonna point out these shoes. These are like by Robert Pergeret, right? And these were the shoes I wear on stage, and they are so comfortable. They're called Dylan's, and this is what I had on doing all that stuff. But it's like they're very comfortable, so they're like wedges. So I don't. You know how like red bottoms and all that, they have them skinny heels. I'm like, I ain't doing none of that. No, good wedge, and I'm fine. I can kick it and everything.
Well, I can't wait to see you in concert. I hope that you're going to have a show here soon in Atlanta where I can participate, because I would love to see you for real. Like,
well, wait a minute now, Atlanta folks, I'm doing a free concert for y'all. We're going to be doing it for June. I'm doing July the 8th. In Decatur.
Okay.
Decatur. Yeah.
Decatur.
Yeah, we'll definitely let you know, because I definitely want you to come. So yeah, no excuse. Y'all can come out and see the Superwoman, wear her cape, and spin around like James Brown.
With her wedges on. With her wedges.
On. Come on now.
I love it. I love it. So tell me, what is coming up next for Karyn White?
Oh, okay. Let me say this. Okay, so I did a movie called Gale in the Storm, and that's loosely based on my life, about a legendary singer who type of Shaka Khan type of singer who walks away from the business at the height of her career. She hooks up with a revolutionary music producer. Let's see if Derek has the cover. And he tries to get her back in the business. So it's really loosely based on my life. That's going to be coming out on Amazon Prime, Tubi TV, and a bunch of other independent networks that are out here. Mm-hmm. Streaming platforms. There you go. Let me show it right here. This is Gale in the Storm right here. So yeah, this is the scene. So you see, I've got my 70s funk attire on. So I produced that with my partner Derek Muhammad. I got some acting that I'm doing, some more producing. We will be hitting the road, and hopefully, I'm excited. I'm about to be on the first show, one of my biggest shows in the States, with opening for Charlie Wilson, Jeffrey Osborne, and Freddie Jackson on Mother's Day. So I'm really excited. So God has been so good, and I'm climbing back up here, letting people know I'm here. And thank you again for having me, Teresa B. And we just gonna remain Superwomen. We're gonna just keep doing whatever our heart desires, not letting fear stop us from doing what we love to do, right?
Yes. Wow, I'm going to cherish this moment, because I needed to hear those words. You know, sometimes you just have a bad day, and the right person comes along and gives you that encouragement to keep moving. So
don't look to the left. Yep. And don't you care about social media? You cannot let that define who you are, because a lot of I feel so sad. I don't know how I would be growing up in this generation being defined by likes. You know what I mean? And it's like, woo, that's pretty tough. So, we're gonna just keep on, just going, living our best life. And that's really what I'm doing. I wrote a song, actually co-wrote a song that I'll be releasing soon, called Let's Go. And it's about living your best life, and knowing that it's ahead of you. And what else? It's just I'm still writing it. It's a feel good, great summer hit. And it's just, let's go, let's go, let's go. Doom, doom. I got the ropes. Doom, doom. You got the key. We got the time to go flying so damn high. The harder we flow. I mean, it's just a dope vibe that just makes you be like, let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this. Yes, I like it.
Don't let, everybody's got it, problems and, fear and all that stuff. But you got to really look at life and just be grateful, especially with losing so many loved ones and people with their health. And So I'm just, when I get up there and kick, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm kicking today because I can do it. Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to kick.
Well, you kicked really high in that video I saw. So
yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, sis.
Oh, well, thank you. And do you have anything that you want to say to your fans or anyone out there before you leave us today?
Yeah, you can follow me. Follow me on IG, Karyn White Official, and on my Karyn White with a Y on Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, so and also sign up for my foundation. Like I said, we're giving away these grants, and you'll be hearing about the pageants and just the foundation. So the KarynWhiteFoundation.com. Sign up there. Also, go sign up to my website, because I give away a bunch of free stuff too. Girl, I be giving away shoes. Be like, I'm tired of this purse. We're gonna do something, raffles and stuff like that. I'm really, I just, I'm trying to just give back. Really, it's so important that, I've been blessed with so much, and I just want to definitely just, pour and love on my sisters. And so go to the KarynWhite.me. That's my website. So, and then I communicate with you guys through there.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure meeting you today, Miss White. God bless you with all your future endeavors. I can't wait to meet you in person, to see you on that B12 shot.
Thank you, Miss Teresa. Thank you too. And it's been doing your thing. I keep, it was great seeing the people on your show coming on, giving their testimonies about being on your show. So I want to be on there. Am I going to get to say something?
Oh, yeah, of course. And I guess we need to reveal the secret that Miss White will also be in the Heat Seekers magazine this summer.
Ooh. Yes, y'all. I'm on the Heat Seekers I'm in the Heat Seekers magazine.
Yes. She will be the exclusive story for the month of July. So I appreciate all that you do.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you too.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure. Say good night to La La Land, Roku Land, TV Land, and all the lands out there.
Yes.
Miss Karyn is signing off.
Teresa B in the building. Superwoman Official. We out.